Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Motion Things. Today the topic which we are going to study is about capitalism, which is the Western political ideology. So first of all, we will try to know what is capitalism. Uh, Here, the first of all definitions. First of all, we will define the capitalism. Capitalism is a system of governance for economic affairs that has emerged in different settings and continues to evolve over time. As a consequence, it evades simple definition. The Macmillan Dictionary of Modern Economics defines capitalism as a political, social, and economic system in which property includes capital assets is owned and controlled for the most part by private persons. Capitalism contrasts with an earlier economic system, feudalism, in that it is characterized by the purchase of labor for money, wages, as opposed to the direct labor obtained through custom, duty, or command in feudalism. Under capitalism, the price mechanism is used as a signaling system which allocates resources between uses. The extent to which the price mechanism is used, the degree of competitiveness in markets, and the level of government intervention distinguished exact form of capitalism. The definition that we just saw identifies capitalism as a social, political, and economic system that succeeded feudalism based upon recognition of the rights of private parties to choose how to employ their labor and capital in markets as indicated by market prices instead of tradition. It recognizes the price mechanism as its key coordinating device instead of command and control, and suggests that capitalist systems are distinguishable from one another based upon the extent and nature of governmental interventions and the competitiveness of their markets. So that was the definition of capitalism. Now we will criticize these definitions. However, this definition offers only a very brief introduction to the notion of capitalism as a system. It does not distinguish between direct and indirect modes of governmental intervention, nor its administrative and entrepreneurial roles. Governments may intervene directly in markets through such actions as a seizing land by eminent domain or nationalizing a firm. Alternatively, they may intervene indirectly by alternating the institutional foundations in which market transactions take place. For example, alternating the size, shape, or location of a market, or alternating the rights and responsibilities of various classes of economic actors, the rules of accounting, and so on. Yeah, I think you are getting it. You have understood. Now we will see the government's role and mode of intervention. There are two type of roles: administrative roles and entrepreneurial roles. There are two modes: a direct mode and indirect mode. And direct mode, administrative role operate SOE, and in entrepreneurial mode, direct mode take property, buy, sell, or grow SOE. If we see indirect mode, then in indirect mode, administrative role enforces laws and regulations, maintains infrastructure, and in entrepreneurial role, pass new laws, issue new regulations, build new infrastructure. Government's intervention in capitalism. Government's mode of intervention in a capitalist system is primarily indirect. It creates, legitimates, administers, and periodically modernize the various market frameworks that spell out the conditions in which the economic actor may acquire and employ capital and labor to produce, distribute, and sell goods and services. Accordingly, economic actors receive the right to use their power in competition with others, subject to prevailing laws and regulations. The market frameworks can have quite different policy priorities, from protecting the status quo to the promotion of growth and development, from protecting consumers to protecting producers, and from protecting labor to protecting capital. Governments specify the responsibilities of the various participants in these transactions. Example given for the safety and serviceability of the products, as well as the conditions under which they are produced and distributed. Thus, this indirect system of governance inevitably embodies a strategy. Through this strategy is often largely implicit rather than overt, and created gradually over time rather than as a grand plan. Successful capitalism depends upon the granting of power to private actors to enter, compete in, and exit from markets. It also depends upon the state's power to restrain the private actors so that they do not abuse these powers. To be a legitimate as well as productive private economic actors must be bound by the rule of law, and this rule of law must be backed by coercive powers of the state. The powers of the state are employed to restrain the private actors from breaking the rules and, if need be, to settle disputes. Successful capitalism is contingent upon a state monopoly of coercive powers. So let we see the capitalism as a three-level system. On the first level exists the market. Firms compete to secure their labor and capital as well as to serve their customers. The second level consists of the basic institutional foundations, including physical and social infrastructure. Physical infrastructure includes transportation and communications, and social infrastructure includes the educational, public health, and legal systems. In addition, the second level consists of the agents of the state who enforces the rules and regulations, including specialized regulators who oversee behavior in certain industries, such as those that deal with food and drugs or transportation, and those who protect societal resources such as the physical environment or safety in the workplace. The third level consists of political authority, typically one with specialized functions such as executive, legislative, and judicial branches. In turn, a set of political institutions connect to the political authority, to the political markets, elections, which may be more or less democratic, and eventually to civil society, to which such authority is ultimately accountable. Relate this narration with what we did yesterday. That was the uh, whole lecture we saw here. I think you have understood it. If there is any query, then you may ask any question in the comments box. So thanks, and there it is enough for the today, and take care. Goodbye.